Like that. I'm going to erase them off the board, and we are going to move into our final team of the episode, the Columbus Crew. Caleb Porter entering year 3. I want to say year 3. Let's go with year 3. That sounds close. 9th in the East last year, also on 47 points, 13, 13, and 8, just missing out by a point. They've made some good moves, lost a few people. Let's talk about it. I've got them lining up in a 3-5-2 this year, with the addition of Dejanek, the Australian international, Mensah, and Williams in the back 3, playing Steven Moreira as kind of like a right wing back, and the new signing Yaya Boa as a left wing back-ish type of spot. Nagby and a healthy Artur in the middle with Zelarayan ahead of them, and Zardes and Berry. I think that's the best way that you approach that. I could be wrong on the shape. I'm probably wrong on the shape, but that's my assumption here. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think I would probably agree. This team isn't as deep as they were last year, but still, I would say a very deep team. A lot of players could move things around a lot like last year. I feel like they rotated players and positions all the time. So hard to say for sure exactly how they're going to line up, but I would say I would probably agree with what you said.
Yeah, the only real left back they've got on roster right now was drafted out of, oh gosh, what is that? The Campbell University Fighting Camels.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him before.
Yeah, Jake Morris, Aiden Morris's brother. And I don't think that he is
as good as Aiden.
Not even that. I just don't think he's ready to play yet. So the only other choices you have at the left back spot are Jonathan Mensah and Josh Williams, and I don't think you're going to do that. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a Yaya Boa kind of roll into that spot. Did they improve during this window? What do you think?
At the moment, I kind of feel like they about stayed put. I don't think that they necessarily improved, but I don't think that they necessarily got worse either. So it's kind of where I'm at on them.
I am going to say no. You have lost, and I want to make one more comment on this Yeboah thing. Very easily could this turn into they sign a left back in the next 2 days who's ready to go, and he goes back to playing right wing or wherever he belongs, and it's over. But he's the only guy I can see sliding in there right now. I'm going to say no. You lost a lot of backline players: Harrison Awful, Waylon Francis, Vito Wormgore, Milton Valenzuela. Also traded away Seb Berhalter and Abu Kaita. Did bring in Dejanek and Ani Baba for some depth in the back, and Yeboah on the wing. Had some re-signings and some homegrown players, but that back line needs to be addressed ASAP with the at least with the wide players. I think their center players have been dealt with, but yeah, they need to fix that other one, the wide players.
Yeah, that's fair.
On top of that, I think outside of needing some outside back depth for sure, you are definitely going to want to start bringing in some center mid depth. You've got 3 players who could be starters for you, all who suffered really bad knee injuries last year. So you're going to want to make sure that you've got something just in case they're not ready to go. Those are my kind of player needs.
One player also to mention, I feel like, I'm not sure if you mentioned him or if we glossed over him, but I think Steven Moreira is still there.
Yeah, no, I have him in my right back spot.
Okay.
It's one of those things where every time I talk, you should listen.
Yeah, I would say I agree. I think outside back is definitely the area of focus at the moment.
Who's their best addition?
did they add anybody other than Yeboah? Oh,
Yeah.
well, I guess they added a couple other people.
Yeah, they did.
I'm gonna go with Yeboah. I just think the upside is there, more so over like an addition of Anibaba, who I think will be a good depth, but not anything super game changing for Columbus. So I'll go with Yeboah.
I went with Dejanic. I'm a defender, or well, I'm a goalkeeper who's got defensive mindset. So that is who I went with. He'll help solidify that back line, and he'll either be a good rotational piece in a back four, or he'll be a good starting piece in a back three, back five. So I think it's a really good pickup from them. Already got really good pro experience, good size and athleticism. I think he'll be a really good addition for sure. Biggest loss for me, easy. Harrison Awful, league's best right back for the last decade. That's tough. So that's an easy one for me.
Yeah, I think Morera can do a good job though of replacing him.
Sure, no problem, but that's still tough to lose. A guy who's been the face of your of the league in terms of right backs is now gone.
I'm gonna say Milton Valenzuela at the moment. I know he battled injuries a lot and was like only like maybe 50% of the time actually on the field, but he was very talented. And at the moment, they haven't replaced that spot. So I think right now it's their biggest loss, seeing as how they don't really have a left back. So
that's fair. All right, give me your player to watch.
I will be watching Aiden Morris this year.
No,
I think what?
No, you won't.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna watch Giassi's Artist because he's the go.
That's what I was waiting for.
No, actually, I think if I was gonna watch anybody this year, I want to watch Zelarayan. I feel like he is due for an MVP type season this season. So
ooh,
I think he was red hot to end the season last year. I think he carries it into this season. So he will be exciting to watch.
I'm watching Miguel Berry. He didn't get a lot of time with Columbus last year, right until the very end, where he scored 7 goals in the last 10 or so games. And most of that came off the bench, too. He scored 2 goals in 17 minutes against Cincinnati, which was impressive. But I want to see what he can do with a full season, if he can, reach a double-digit mark and really make an impact there.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
My question, and we kind of talked about it already, for this season, what type of shape are they going to roll out in? Is it going to be back 4? Is it going to be 3 with like wingers, and you're just going to hope that Artur and friends will just sit in and kind of fall into like a back 5? And there's a whole bunch that you can do, but losing Francis, Awful, Valenzuela, and really haven't replaced the left side of that, it's going to be an interesting way how Porter attacks that issue.
Yeah, it's a fair question. I think mine is more so who starts in this team. There's a lot of guys that I feel like are still providing great depth. We'll see who's here at the start of the season, but Derek Etienne, Luis Diaz, Evan Bush is still on the team, Kevin Molino's still on the team, Aiden Morris. There's a lot of guys that can rotate in and out.
Spoiler alert: Evan Bush isn't starting.
No, probably not. I'd imagine it's Eloy Room, but
I hate to break it to you.
If Room hits like a lot of bad form, it's not like Evan Bush is incapable of getting the job done.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. I'll give you that.
But yeah, this team is super deep. I'll be curious to see who they end up playing, because I feel like last year I would look a lot at who was playing, and it was like changed every week. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. That's my question: is who's going to be starting?
All right, where do you have them finishing to finish the episode? No pressure.
I think they'll finish 3 through 6, somewhere in there, 3 and 6.
What? You're out of your mind. This team doesn't make the playoffs. 8-10 in the East, just out. I think it'll be close, but I don't see them now.